So welcome back to Blenduary, and this is day 7, and today we're going to take a journey through some portals. So this is the first time I've ever used nodes. You've got the keypad on the bottom left hand side, which will tell you all the buttons I press. So let's start off by pressing Shift A and bringing up a nice circle. Now you can do it manually and stuff. I did S and I dragged it out for size. And then rotation, I did this by typing in the actual thing. So I did R, I did Y to rotate on the Y axis, and I pressed 90 to get it to be nice and upright. I then did a G, grabbed it, pressed Z to drag it up that Z axis just to keep it central and stuff. And that's basically my circle. So I hit tab to take it into edit mode and just hit that F button, and that basically fills in the shape. Now that's probably as much sculpting as we're going to do today, because then we went into the shading tool and we got a new material. Now we're going to delete that one in green, which is a principal one, and that then leaves us with what's on the screen now, right? So we need to add a few things. Like we're going to add an emission shader. Sorry, I have a stammer, so sometimes it's difficult to say words. And you do that by going to add, and then you can find it this way. So you're going to add a transparent BSDF, and you're going to put that there. Now I'm copying this from another video because this is the first time I've ever seen nodes, and so here I made a mistake. I forgot to add another like thing. I don't even know what they're called. Another part. So I added another shader, and this was a mix shader. So this is what I forgot. So you can move these around just by clicking them and dragging them and joining them together. Like they got little like ports, and that's what joins everything together. So like I said, I'm following a video, so I know that this one worked. It was about a 7-minute video, but this took me about an hour. That's mainly because, yeah, on the video, to be honest, it was difficult to see these things, and when I was searching for them, they didn't come up. So I had to kind of manually guess, and the good thing is that they have different colors. So you can see, I tried to find it there and it didn't do it. So another way that I found you could try and find things is here. Now the other thing that you do is if you write the word color and you spell it the English way, it disappears, right? You have to spell it with the American spelling, which is fine. It's just something to bear in mind if you're going to do this and you're going to use these nodes to help with your creations. Again, this was actually it was a really good tutorial that I followed. I did like it. I liked the result. It was just a bit frustrating because my screen either wasn't loading or the resolution was quite low, and so what I'm going to do is I zoomed in just so you can mainly see the nodes. So if you can't see the screen, it's because I really want you to see what's going on this bit, because the rest of it will kind of work anyway, if that makes sense. So I then added another 2 parts. These parts were probably the hardest bits for me to find because this is where the resolution didn't show up. So this was wave texture, and you just join them up like where I did. So you did it from the vector to the vector, and then you add a texture coordinate, and you connect the object to the vector, and that's pretty much all of the big parts done. There's a few more things to add, but this is probably the main setting out bit complete, so you're nearly good to go. To be honest with you, the next bits are more fiddly, and are really and truly they're down to what you decide you want to do as a setting. All I'm going to say is that you do need to change parts of it. So this bit you need to slide across, and you need to basically swap it around so that the white is on the inside and the black is on the right hand side, right? So if you move the black across first, then switch it over, you move it down. Now I did follow the same the same scales and stuff as what was on the video, because that obviously works. So I was like, let's make sure that it works. So I did copy these, and it seemed to work okay, to be honest. A bit of playing around, but it is going to get to a bit where it's a bit subjective going forward. So that bit I'm just going to fast forward, and you can play around and see what happens. This bit you do need to remove the so this bit you change to rings. So these are the only settings that you really need to have. You need to have rings, Z, and the sign, SINE. I'm not sure how you would say it, but that's the part that you need to have on there. And then the rest of it, like I said, is kind of playing around and seeing what you want, and moving the scales on all these will change the kind of portal look that you're going for. So I did this for a little while, so I'm probably going to fast forward it, but that's where it's at. Like I did say, I messed around with the settings for a while, but you do need to go onto the color ramp and add the alpha to the effect on the mix shader, and then you need to click the black one, and you need to reduce that down to nothing, so it's like transparent. And then the white one, what we can do is pick any color you want. Like this is where you really get to play around with your portal and make it what you want. So that's cool. It's a nice way of exploring and just having some fun. I chose a greeny transparent just because I don't know. I always choose purple and I wanted something different. And yeah, I quite liked this color, if I'm honest. This bit is the same as normal animation. You need to use keynotes and stuff. So what I did is I added a keynote. Now normally I just press I, but that didn't seem to be working, so I was struggling a bit. On this bit, you go to this square with the orange square with this, and you want to set the rotation. So because the video that I did before used the X axis as the where it was upright onto, I just changed it from Y to the X. I don't think that matters. I don't think it needs to. I set the keynote to the 0, and I dragged it across, and I set another keynote. Now that should have made it work, right? But what I realized is, and I spent a little while on this, if I'm honest, again learning and stuff, I dragged it across, and as I moved this, it should start spinning, but it didn't do that because it hadn't like locked in place. So that was kind of annoying, but I get it. Like, it's a process, right? So those little squares on the side at the end, if you lock it, it will keep moving. Now again, I tried to do this, so I tried to I duplicated it and made it smaller, and added other keynotes, I tried to make it rotate a bit more and just fill it out a bit, and this is how I got the effect of it like narrowing in. So all I'm doing is I'm duplicating it using the keynote. I'm selecting the new cycle, and then at the end I'm making sure that it's saved as a keynote as smaller, so they all start the same size but they all shrink down to, like, sorry, not they all, each one will shrink down a bit more to make it look like it's narrowing, because that's what I kind of wanted. I wanted like the portal like closing, and so that's what I did. It's slightly different to what the other video did, because they made just multiple layers to thicken it out and stuff. But this is where I think learning is key, because you can really play around and just have a bit of fun. And again, I kept doing this for multiple cycles, and that's how we really got to the finished product. So yeah, the rest was playing around, a bit of trial and error. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, I appreciate it. The channel appreciates it. If you've enjoyed the video and you haven't subscribed, please do. And I hope to see you for day 8 of Blenduary.